If you haven't subscribed to this channel, click on the subscribe and the bell icon so you can be informed when the next video is uploaded. This channel is focused on teaching you about raising private money for your real estate investment deals. Welcome to another video. This one is about 5 big mistakes I made when I first started out raising private money and how you can avoid them. So welcome everyone. In this video, I'm going to be talking about following 5 big mistakes I made raising private money when I was first starting out and how you can avoid them. So let's talk about mistake number 1 that I made, big one. Assuming that your potential private money lender who you're meeting, either doing online or in person, was knowledgeable enough to understand your real estate investment deal. So the assumption here is, first I'm going to talk about the problem itself, and then we're going to talk about solutions. So the assumption is that your prospect possesses appropriate investment knowledge, and thus the mistake is that you're assuming, making your presentation, that the private money lender, potential private money lender, understands your deal, and you are continuing to make your presentation assuming that everything is fine. And that is a mistake. So that's number 1. Next, we know that an unsure and or confused prospect does not become a PML. So your potential PML will leave the meeting without understanding the fundamentals of your investment opportunity well enough. And this means that they left the meeting confused. And we know that confused minds never commit or invest. So what are the solutions? Here is what I recommend. Before you get on the call or the meeting with your prospective private money lender, ask them questions that should reveal their experience in real estate investments. You can do this many different ways. Obviously, if you're on a call, you can make some notes. But a good way to keep a track record and record for future reference is to have them complete a simple form that you could have on your website. You can even do that directly on Calendly if you're using that software that helps you schedule online meetings. It allows you to ask them questions before they even schedule a meeting. So what kind of questions would you ask them? You just want to ask general questions. Have you had real estate experience? How many years of real estate investment experience do you have? What kind of investments have you been involved with? That kind of questions. All right. And prior to the meeting, you want to ensure, once they complete that form, you want to ensure to read that background information about the prospects. And this will allow you to adjust your questions and your presentation slightly depending on what they've actually put in that form. And number 3, let's assume that the form reveal that while they have some real estate investment experience, but your specific model may require that they may need additional education. So now, knowing that there is a little education gap, you want to ensure that you spend substantial amount of time in your presentation educating your prospects specifically about your real estate investment model. And number 5, if you've done a good job in educating your prospect, you'll notice that towards the end of the presentation, your prospects will ask lots of clarification questions, and this simply increases the chance that your prospective private money lender understands the opportunity well enough and they're in a better position to make a decision. Mistake number 2, talking to an unqualified prospect. Now, while talking to your prospect, I'm going to talk about a couple of things that happen that will reveal this. So while talking to your prospect, you realize that the prospect has very unrealistic idea about real estate investments. During your discussion with your prospect, he or she reveals that they're personally struggling financially. Number 3, your prospect may have done some type of real estate investment deals which are extremely different in terms of risk and returns. So what are your solutions? You ensure your prospect matches your prescribed investor criteria before you schedule a call. And what does that mean? You want to actually create some kind of a criteria beforehand that describes your ideal private money lender. Let's assume this list has 4 items, and I'll give you an example. Number 1, you want your potential private money lenders to be accredited investors. You want them to have prior experience as a PML with fix and flip, if that's what you do. You want them to look at earning about 12% interest annualized if you're doing fix and flip again. And D, can commit up to a year. So your goal is, and you could tweak this, that before you get on a call with any prospective private money lender, they should meet at least 2 of these 4 criteria. You could tweak it. Like I said, you could have 2, 3, 4, whatever you want. All right. But what it does is, this is one of the solutions that you ensure that you don't get on a call unless they meet some minimum criteria. Avoid scheduling calls with someone with unreasonable investment expectations. So the purpose of this is to figure out what their expectation is from your investment opportunity. You can easily accomplish this by having them review an investment summary. And I'm going to talk about this in a little bit, but you want to make sure that you verify that they have reviewed your investment summary before you get on a call with them. And so basically what you're looking for is you're looking for any kind of a comment or any kind of things that they're asking you that sounds like that is completely unreasonable for this kind of investment. So here are my solutions. Number 1, ask about their past investments. So if they have made any successful investments in the past and have continued to make investments, you are likely dealing with an active qualified investor. If a prospect has never made any investments and they're unable to provide any information about their ability to invest cash, I would be very cautious, as this could mean that they have limited access to cash to invest with you. If you haven't done so, grab my free gift for you, Top 5 Places to Raise Private Money. It's my step-by-step instructions for 5 different platforms, including best practices. Find the information about this free PDF in the description below. So mistake number 3. Prospective PML's investment timeline does not match your project timeline. And so going into this mistake is this: the prospective PML is qualified in other areas, but this assumes that you are speaking with someone who is qualified in more than one of your typical investor criteria that we talked about earlier. However, whether their investment time horizon meets with your investment timeline is important. If it does not match, that this is something that is important for you to know. Your prospective PML needs the money back sooner. So this specifically means that the investor has a specific turnaround timeline in their mind for their investment. For example, if you're proposing a fix and flip project and you know that your fix and flip project could take anywhere from 6 months to 9 months, but the investor needs the money back in 3 months, you do have a problem. Don't promise what you cannot deliver. If from your experience you do fix and flips and you know that even a minor fix and flip takes more than 3 months, and you're working with a potential PML who's looking for a turnaround in 3 months, I would not take them. This is a big mistake. So here are my solutions for mistake number 3. Number 1, prepare a 1-page investment summary that you can email your prospect in advance of your scheduled meeting. Number 2, your 1-page summary should have a sample deal that shows various aspects of your typical deal. And this 1-page summary should either clarify your commitment period for your investors, both in sample deal that you may have listed there, and a small frequently asked question section. And finally, if the prospective PML schedules a call after reviewing your one-page investment summary, that's an indication they might be flexible, working with you on your timeline. And number 5, however, if the prospective PML really needs his money back earlier and is unable to commit to the period that you require, they will not schedule a call with you. And that is the whole idea of doing this exercise, is to avoid talking to people who are not going to be your ideal potential private money lender. So once again, the purpose of avoiding these mistakes is to avoid scheduling calls with people who simply do not meet your investment model or your investment criteria. Making comparison with other investment vehicles. And I'll kind of mention a scenario. So a prospective PML may have had success in other assets. And what that means is you're making a presentation, and in your presentation, you decide to have some kind of a comparison between, I don't know, let's say real estate and stocks in terms of risk. Well, the problem is you don't really know whether your prospective PML had incredible success with stocks and they're on the call with you for some other reason. Maybe they're just diversifying their portfolio overall. So that would be a mistake. Are you an expert in alternative assets? So let's assume any kind of claim that you make about your real estate investment deal is fine as long as you can substantiate it with data and track record, right? However, unless you're an expert in whatever you're comparing it with another asset, do you have the same data and track record in that? If not, then you're simply going to confuse your prospect, and worse, make your prospect really question your analysis skills. And what if the prospect is an expert in alternative asset that you're mentioning? So this would mean death for your presentation. If your prospects turned out to be an expert in the field that you're trying to make comparison with, you will lose credibility. So do not do this. So what are the solutions for mistake number 4? Number 1, keep your pitch deck and your pitch completely focused on your investment deal only. Number 2, if you have to share data and statistics, stick to everything that is relevant to your real estate investment deal. Number 3, do not make comparison with other type of investment vehicles. Number 4, if prospects were to ask you to make any comparisons, simply say that your expertise is in the area of real estate investment, specific niche that you're doing, and you cannot comment on that. Let me tell you about my coaching program, Capital Raising Mastery System, that was specially created for intermediate and advanced real estate investors. The program includes advanced strategies, systems, and tools for raising private money, and full lifetime access to on-demand training, weekly coaching calls, and access to members-only community. Learn how I raised money to build my own $1 million plus portfolio in 2 years, all by raising money from private money lenders. Learn how you can duplicate my success by following my step-by-step training, and access to community of my students successfully raising money now. Details about the Capital Raising Mastery System are in the descriptions below. Or you can join my Private Money Raisers Club community. It is ideal for beginners or relatively new real estate investors. It's an affordable way to start learning about raising private money, and currently we are offering a 7-day free trial. Again, the details are in the description below. Mistake number 5. You have no credibility prior to scheduling your meeting. This is quite tricky and challenging. However, I have learned how to overcome this, and with a lot of hard work and commitment, you can do this too. So let's explore this issue further. The prospect was forced into a meeting. So let's assume, you have not done a good enough job in developing your credibility, and you were just focused. You're wanting, and this is common, it happens, you get excited, you want to get people on the call as quickly as possible. And then what's going to end up happening is the prospect will waste your time and their time by asking rudimentary questions. They will constantly be suspicious of your experience, your background, and your expertise. This means that the prospect was booked onto a call too early. You're getting prospects via cold calls or warm outreach. Once again, this type of lead will treat you with very high degree of suspicion. Getting a lead this way is fine, but getting them onto a call without building some credibility is a mistake. So what are my solutions for mistake number 5? Number 1, ensure that you have track record, testimonials, proof of past deals to help you build your credibility case. Number 2, prior to scheduling prospects who come in as cold or warm leads, ensure they have access to the landing page, which prominently shows your track record. And number 3, if you've written a book, written articles, appeared on podcasts, or you host a podcast, you've spoken at events, all of these add to your credibility. So ensure that this is prominently displayed on your landing page. And number 4, to ensure that your credibility is established, you also include a small section in your pitch deck which addresses and touches on your track record. This is this should be directly relevant to your real estate investment deal. Well, there you have it. 5 mistakes I made raising private money when I was first starting out and how to avoid them. I hope this video has been helpful. Please subscribe to this channel so next time when I upload a new video about raising private money, you get informed. I'll see you then.